Welcome, Motor Flame. Thank you for coming in today, and I hope the drive was great. We are going to be starting off with some introduction questions.
My name is Ladainian Mitchell. I'm 18 years old and I play the guitar.
My name is Keanu Mitchell. I'm 20 years old and I play bass, and pretty soon, a couple months on vocals.
My name is Ethan Nelson. I'm 17 and I play the drums.
And what is the story behind your band name?
We've gone through a lot of names in the past. One of our previous names was called Phantom Warrior, which we didn't really like. So we thought to put an end to that. So me and my dad were, just ping-ponging stuff back and forth. And we eventually landed on Motor Flame and just had a nice ring to it.
What was the name again?
Motor Flame?
Oh no, the name before.
Oh, Phantom Warrior.
Oh, okay.
Sounds really cheesy.
No, it sounds cool. And sounds medieval.
Yeah.
How did you all first come together, and what was the moment you realized, yeah, we've got something special here?
Well, me and my brother here have been together since day one. He started playing guitar back in 2020 after I convinced him a lot. And we've been through a lot of drummers, maybe 4 or 5. And, we landed upon Ethan and we clicked. Actually, funny story, one night I was practicing outside and, we were desperate for a drummer then. And we heard Ethan practicing, he lives like a couple miles from us. And, I told this guy, check us out.
Yeah, he did. Like, come outside, you can really hear his drumming. Like, it's really faint, but you can definitely know his drumming. And like, the only drummer we knew around the area was Ethan.
Yeah, that same night, it was probably like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, so texted his sister, was like, is Ethan still drum? So yeah, he still does, and hit him up and playing together since.
And Ethan, how were you just playing and practicing that night, or like how did he end up hearing you?
I was just practicing, just playing like random songs, and then I went back into the house, and then that's when my sister told me that these guys texted her about me. I was just thinking about it until finally I agreed to it.
Yeah, we jammed maybe like a week after. We had nothing in common. We couldn't figure a song that we could jam to, so we gave him a list of songs. He gave us a list of songs, and about 3 weeks later we jammed again and we clicked. Like 2 weeks after we played our first show, which was at our previous high school. It's at a football game. It was about a 15-minute set, really fast, but it was fun.
Nice, and that's always a good feeling when bands click.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
What drew you to your instruments?
That's quite a story, because back in 2019 we saw a movie which was called The Dirt. It was about a Motley Crue and just inspired us to play music. And I started on drums and he started on bass, which is, like the complete opposite. And we didn't really feel attached to what we chose. About a couple months later, my dad used to play in a country band a couple years ago, so I tagged along with him. He's a bass player. They were sound checking, and just the feeling of the bass. You don't really, you can hear it, but you feel it more than you hear it, and that's what really drew me and made me want to play bass.
After like so much convincing from him, he had, like, trying to get me on guitar and showing me cool videos of like Kirk Hammett or James Hetfield, or just like random guitarists, and he's like, come on bro, let's do this, this could be you. After a while of convincing, I decided to pick up the guitar, and I'm glad I did.
For me, it was just watching my 2 uncles, because they were drummers, and I used to watch them when they used to play like festives or gigs like that. And that's when I thought, that's what I want to do the rest of my life, playing drums.
Yeah, nice. Something we definitely want to do till we can't do it anymore.
Perfect. Sounds good. And was there a song that you all like to play together when you're on stage?
I don't think there's a certain song for me. I like playing everything, It's the music we grew up listening to, whether if it's a fast song, a slow song. We love every minute of it.
We do love playing every song, but like if I had to choose one song that I really enjoy playing, I would choose Metallica's No Remorse. That always gets me going, gets me hyped.
For me, it's Judas Priest's Painkiller.
It's pretty fun.
It's really fun to play, but at the same time, it gives you a challenge. because it's really difficult. Not difficult, but it's just next level.
Yeah, I love songs like that where they're kind of intimidating. They're fun to play, but you know, when you're live, you're intimidated. Like, what if I mess this up, or what if it doesn't go good? But when you crush it live, and you know, you hear the audience clapping, cheering, you know, it really makes you feel good.
And I don't think we talked about this, or maybe we brushed on it, but how long have you been playing your instrument?
I've been playing bass since 2019. I was 14 years old, and still play today.
I started playing guitar in like 2020. I got my own real guitar in like May of 2020. It was a cheap Jackson, but that's what kept me going.
Mine was like maybe like around his as well, 2018, 2017.
Yeah, my dad was like I said, he was in a country band back then. He was a bass player, so I got to wait on getting my own bass. You know, he just passed it on to me, and save some money for a while.
What is your dream guitar or drum kit setup?
Oh,
An amp.
I think I already got my dream set up, but if I were to upgrade it, I have a Gallien-Kruger bass cabinet with a 500-watt dark glass head, just double that, you know, 2 410s, which makes an 810, 900-watt dark glass bass amp. I'll have my dream set up with that.
For me, my dream guitar is a Gibson Flying V. You know, I've seen like a James Hetfield's Flying V, or like a Judas Priest guitarist. They have Flying Vs. They have Gibsons. You know, that just has like that cool look to it. I just want to get one of those.
There's a lot of options I would want as a drum set, but I think the main one I would want is a pearl, and definitely in like a chrome or red, just to match.
Chrome would be cool.
Just to match Motor Flame's vibe and color.
Yeah. Speaking of Gibson, one of my dream basses is a Gibson bass, but Thunderbird bass. But it's kind of intimidating because I heard, you know, when it falls over, the headstock snaps off, and I don't want to spend $2,000 on a bass if that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I think Fender's a move for me because one of my main inspirations is Steve Harris from Iron Maiden. He has a lot of nice Fender precision basses.
What are your music inspirations? That can be a specific genre, a specific musician, or even bands that you grew up with that really stuck with you to inspire you to play today.
For me, a couple of musicians that really inspire me is you know, obviously Metallica. I grew up on Metallica. Just James Hetfield, his style of down picking, and I like Dave Mustaine. He's really cool. Like the way he's the rhythm player and the lead player sometimes.
My main inspiration or genre is, you know, British metal. That's my huge obsession, which is Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Saxon. Just the way they, you know, wear studs, leather pants. They have really cool hair. Just always stuck out to me.
For me, it's like metal, rock, anything. I think the main one I really love is Pantera, and their drummer Vinnie Paul. He's the reason why I really wanted to take drumming to the next level. You know, he's maybe like one of the grooviest drummer I ever heard. And another one is Dave Lombardo from Slayer. He's the reason why I really wanted to like learn more double bass, because you know he's really fast at it. It still impresses me when I watch his videos.
Raining Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angel of Death.
Angel of Death. Yeah, you know, obviously we're inspired by a lot of classics, a lot of old school stuff. You know, credit to our dad for getting us on. But there's also a lot of younger bands today who are killing it. You know, we're inspired by a lot of younger bands. They're like our age. You know, there's Void. They're from Louisiana. Acerbity. They're from Washington, Seattle. Morning High. They're from California. We saw them in Phoenix a couple months ago. They're just the coolest guys ever.
Yeah.
Wanted. They're from Detroit.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Wanted. They're freaking badass.
Yeah.
Claymore. They're from Phoenix. You know, check out all these bands if you're watching this.
Musicians promoting other musicians. We'd love to hear it.
Definitely.
And we have 2 more questions. Whether it's a dream venue, a wild collaboration, or a sound you haven't explored, what is something that's on the band's endeavor list?
Dream collaboration, I think, just playing with the bands we just previously mentioned. Dream venue, on the other hand, a lot of the big festives, there's Hellfest, what's that one called? Walk-In, Download, Louder Than Life, big festives, we want to play those, bigger venues. Isleta Theater in Albuquerque, that's where I saw my first concert as a kid and still see concerts there today, so it's a dream come true to play there one day.
Who was your first concert that you saw?
It was Korn. They opened for Events Unfold. We weren't really into Events Unfold, but more into Korn.
Was that your first concert as well?
Yeah, our dad took us to that show. It was pretty nice.
I think I was like 8 or 9, and he was like 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ethan? What was your first concert?
I think my first concert over there was Nickelback. I was maybe like 12, 11, around there.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool, very cool.
Look at this graph.
Look at this graph. Little Ethan singing.
Yeah, that's cool. And last question, what can people expect when they attend your set?
I think what they can expect is a lot of power, loudness, energy, rawness. We don't use, any backing tracks or anything. We try to be different than everyone else. I haven't really seen anyone going after the sound we're going after around here. Just the bands we mentioned earlier, they're like same track as us, but just way up. We're just trying to catch up. But around here, I don't think anyone's doing what we're doing.
We just want people to be, when they come to our shows, we just want them to leave like, damn, those guys kicked ass. Like they outplayed everyone. They're like the highlight of the gig. So that's what we want people to leave with in their minds.
Be blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a bad thing, but when we play on lineups, shows, we're really competitive. So like we gotta outplay this band. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, like healthy competition.
Healthy competition, yeah.
And this is like a part B to that question. What do you hope people will take away from experiencing your set?
I hope if there's any kids, inspire them to go after what they want. Our first show, there was a couple kids who were really inspired, little guitar players, and it really felt good knowing that they were blown away and we possibly inspired them.
Yeah, we just want people to spread the word about us. Like these guys are awesome. These guys, like, one of the best performers we ever seen, and we just want to inspire people.
And I heard you guys saying that in the beginning of the interview that you're going to be singing.
Yeah, I've been practicing for about a year, but I really started taking it seriously, like, I'd say this past spring. So I'm really pushing to get on vocals. We're going to take a couple months break this winter. We're not going to kick back, but we're going to focus on writing, which we've been doing for the past couple months. Get my vocals dialed in and just make a huge comeback. This next early year or spring.
And are you also pushing your limits, or it's not pushing your limits, but are you also learning different instruments at the same time?
No.
No, just drums, sticking to drums.
Yeah,
we're all sticking to
we're
our
really
instruments.
loyal to one instrument. We want to be the best at one thing rather than average at everything.
All right. And what is one thing that you would want to say to your fans or whoever's listening to the podcast?
Thank you for supporting us. Shows wouldn't be anything without the people. Be on the lookout for more shows and possibly recording soon.
Yeah, we want people to look out for our own stuff as well. We're currently writing, so we have like a couple songs already, I guess, written out, and I just want people to look out for that too.
Pretty much what they said.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who supports us.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, if you made it this far into the video, I want you to comment "Hi Ethan" with the sunglasses emoji. Also, one more thing, we're on Instagram. You can see all of our posts, which we update you about future shows, future events, some cool pictures and reels, and you can see if anyone posts us, whoever it is.